Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy now. How are you today? Just going to wait a moment for some people to tune in if they are awake and rise and shine at 9 in the morning. And while I will pause and wait for a moment, I'm just going to share this on my page. Yay. There we go. Awesome. Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. The gateway. Today is day 11 of 21 days of angel songs, which feels so perfect for today's frequency and vibration that's coming through today's invitation, which is the angel of health and vitality. And I feel like so vivacious today and awake and present and on and present to some things that are flowing through my body and my vessel that is getting moved and shifted. And I wanted to drop in about health and vitality and how important it is for us to take care of our bodies. And this is something that's coming to me and is really very present and loud for me in this moment, and has been for all of my life. But really, I'm like taking it to a whole new level, which means that it's bringing up a whole lot of stuff around like beliefs and programs around health and devotion and discipline in health, and just doing the damn thing, as they say. And so it's really amazing to me. I think health is so important. Health in the sense of not just physical health, but emotional health and mental health and spiritual health on all the fronts. And physical health, I think, is a direct access point to all of those. If the body isn't physically taken care of and isn't fed in ways that resonates and isn't just taken care of, that drips into so many parts of our lives. I've said this before, and I truly feel this, like, as we do one thing is how we do all things. So even if there are parts of our lives that are just like booming and thriving and oh my God, it's amazing, if we get really clear about the parts of our lives or the part of our lives that maybe isn't flowing as easy, and kind of see the underlying foundation of that, we can see how that is still trickling into even the parts of our lives that feel amazing and thriving and just wow. So it's really with health and vitality, like the energy of that, like I feel this like warrior come in, but not to fight, but just to stand as a pillar, to be like, yes, I'm here, I'm healthy, I care about this body. And the reason why I feel so passionate about health and taking care of the body is because the body is our gateway, the body is the portal, the body is the vessel that holds all of the things that we are, which is love, which is infinite, which is multidimensional, which is everything. So I know that I have found in my journey, in order for my psychic gifts and my abilities and my intuition to be even more heightened, more aware and more just present, is when I have really taken care of my body or have listened to what my body is saying. And I know that I am presently in this space of really like, how much are you devoted to taking care of your body? And for me, it's around chronic illness. I've had diabetes since I was 11, and it's just so important to take care of the body. And what's coming in really strong, and this is such a message for me too, big time, is not to be wishy-washy with it. Like, if you devote to something, really devote to it to see if it works, to see if it resonates for you. Because the most important thing, like, there's this talk, and like a lot of people ask, what is, like, what's the way to eat, or how should we eat, or how all this other stuff. Only because your body is unique to you and it has very unique needs, and there can be crossovers with different things, but only what you need. So beginning to have a dialogue with your body, with your vessel, and asking, what is it that supports me? Like, I know for a long time, my body was like, I want greens, I need kale, I need spinach, I need collard greens. That's all I really want. Everything else can be secondary, but that's what I want. And for a long time, I didn't give her that. I didn't eat that. And then anytime I would eat, my body would just be like, yes, this is what I want. So the body is always working with us. It's working for us. It's its own homeostasis producing technology. And I say technology because it is in a quantum and beautiful way where it's so perfectly designed to heal and all this other stuff. But that being said, with all the environmental aspects, and depending on where you live and the type of food that is available and the quality of the food, etc., we need, I say need in the sense of like this invitation to support our bodies in a bit of a in more of a way than maybe we would have needed in 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 1,000 years ago, when things were very different. Right now there's a lot of different elements in the air and in our quality, is even in how much we intake, like our screen time, and who we're speaking to, and like what environments we're in. So this is all feeding. Food and nourishment for the body is not just food, like physical food. It's also like the environment. How much sleep are you getting? How much water are you drinking? And how much are you moving your body? This is all things, like it's all information, and your cells and everything are intaking and alchemizing all of it. So it's something that is really beautiful, and I think highly important, especially now as things are accelerating so very quickly in our remembrance, in our awakening, in our ability to tune in, and our intuition is growing and growing and growing, to really tune into the body and what is the best thing for the body. So if you know that right now, say dairy isn't doesn't make you feel that great, or you're eating a lot of bread, or raw foods are not something that your body loves, like how much, because this is also a space of self-love. This is also a space of how deeply am I connecting to take care of myself so that I can show up in the world as this vitality in health, and so I can support and be present in the world and share my gifts and share my heart and share my creativity and all this other stuff. And I'll share from my journey. I was watching my dear friends and soul sisters, Lisa Sadowski's session and Angelic Summit, and she's the one that brought forth the 21 Days of Angels. Love you, Lisa. She was like, I drink celery juice every single day, and my whole body lit up. I was like, oh my gosh. And that was for me a massive sign, because my whole body was just like, yes, all of my cells were like, yes, that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to devote to this. And one of my biggest patterns, I could say, or yeah, patterns is a really good way to say, is that commitment for me has always felt like a chore. It has always felt like a hard thing to do. And so I've been in this practice really fairly recently in a whole new way, where I'm like, I'm going to discipline and devote myself to drinking celery juice every day, at least for the next 30 days, to just see. And this has gone with like my movement. This has gone with like meditation. For me, these are all really important things for me right now, that I'm essentially testing and seeing what's happening. And already I've seen the results be tremendous, in the sense of just like my awareness, my ability to respond to life. And yes, there are days, even this, like 21 Days of Angels, committing to being here every single morning at 9 a.m., ready to go, no matter where I am in my state. Like, can I breathe in, center, and show up? So it's been a really beautiful, beautiful reflective journey, and sometimes very intense, but also sometimes I'm like, whoa, on these 21 Days of Angels, and as well as drinking celery juice. I've been drinking celery juice for about coming up on 2 weeks every single day. And what's interesting is that I've had it, and sometimes, some days I'll be eating really well, and in the sense that I'm really listening to my body and saying yes. And then sometimes I'll be like, I know my body doesn't want this, but I want this, so I'm going to do it. And feeling like the difference in how I feel. So today's energy and energetic of health and vitality is bringing forward, and like I feel so like so excited about this because it's just so important to take care of our physical vessels. And I speak from this in my experience, like how deeply I've wanted to run away from the body because of chronic illness and chronic pain. And this experience in the body can be very intense, like a full emotion of expression, and just like it can be so intense. But the more that I come home here, the more that I actually drop in and ground into the body and do the really simple things. Like a lot of this is so simple in its complexity, is that, going outside and getting some sunshine and walking on the earth and walking barefoot on the earth, you know, having my celery juice in the morning and not eating as much. That's been a huge difference for me. It's like I used to eat all the time and snack and everything. And sometimes I still have days like that, and that's totally okay. Every day you're different. But really eating less, like eating 1 or 2 meals a day. Or not even two, like it's been really remarkable. And, the simple things like that for me, dancing and just like breathing, breath. Oh my God, that's been such a difference. Taking cold showers in the morning. These are all things that I've been like reintegrating into my life, and also just coming in with a curiosity. I'm like, well, does this still resonate for me? So taking care of the body is so important, because what happens is when we take care of the body and we give the body what it needs and really listen to the best of our ability in every moment and every now, it creates a lot of space and a lot of movement for what is in resonance, what is in harmony to move through our bodies. So our intuition is stronger, we are more rested, we're able to show up more, we're able to get a lot more done and also rest better, right? Because if our body isn't working so hard, we sleep better, we sleep less, we have more energy. There's all these things, and I'm in no way a doctor. I'm speaking from personal experience and what I've noticed in others, and it's really beautiful. And like for me, what I've noticed is that when I really listen to my body, and my body's like, I want this. This is something that I want to eat right now. This is what resonates. My blood sugar levels out much easier. I'm giving way less insulin. I've had to lower my basal rates because my sugar drops low way too much. So there's all these things where I'm just like, whoa, health and vitality. And there's this energy that comes from it. It's just like, boom, it's here, it's landed. So it's really, really amazing and important. And for myself personally, I'm finding myself in such a place where I'm feeling like I'm starting completely over and totally new, and like in this place of like what works, and not just what works, but what is sustainable, what is nourishing, and what is something that supports me in allowing my body to come to a place where it can really self-heal on all levels, which means revitalize revitalizing and restructuring and reactivating my pancreas, a whole new energetic for the pancreas, which actually self-produces insulin. So, and then like continues to do that it doesn't go into this like dormant or like inactive state, so all of these things, like I'm curious and I'm like, what's possible here, and it's really patience, uh really listening and trusting. That's been a big thing for me. It's like trusting that it's all happening right on time, and there is no linearity to it. Like, yes, linearity may be in time in this dimension, but it's happening on so many levels that it's really possible to drop in. And I know that it's possible to heal really, really deeply with really deep listening and research. And that's something that I'm in really right now in a whole new way, like research, tuning in, asking questions. So my invitation to you today is to just let's start simple. Let's just see what you're eating in the day and just notice when you want to eat. Like if it's not, say, a meal time, and even if it is a meal time, like you're about to eat something, how are you feeling? Like how are you feeling? Are you eating from a place of like, I need nourishment and this feels really good in my body? Or is it an emotional hunger? Is it like, just get curious about like why you're eating, like what the intention is there. And then, or what's the resonance? And then like notice after whatever you're eating how you feel, and how, like, does it revitalize you? Do you feel tired? Do you want more of something? Like, just notice what happens after. And if it helps, write it in a notebook or on a piece of paper so you can keep track of today and maybe even over the next 2-3 days, and just see and test. There's a lot of allergies, there's a lot of things that come up in the body because the body is an incredible organism, an incredible self-sustaining, profound organism that is always trying to keep us and keeping us in homeostasis. So sometimes homeostasis, in order to keep us there, comes out with rashes and excuse me, with rashes, with pain, with dehydration, all these things. So my invitation to you today in health and vitality is to tune in and just see how you feel before you eat, after you eat. Excuse me. So much energy. I love it. And like, why, getting curious why. And if you don't know why, that's something to look into as well, why you're eating what you're eating. And just, yeah, like and really also inviting this space of there's like no wrong way to eat. And what I mean by that is that for some, like, there's like, for example, for some, say sugar isn't necessarily, like, doesn't resonate with their bodies. But I know some people that they love sugar, and like sugar like really works well with their bodies. Like, the relationship with sugar is really amazing. So again, tune into you, because only you know, and you know what you need right now. Like, I know that I've gone through bouts where, I was vegan for a long time, not that long, but like about 2 years. And then my body was really like, I need really good grass-fed, like high quality meat. And I was like, oh, I don't know about that. And then I had some, because I was like, that's what my body's asking for. And my body was like, this is what I need right now. And it wasn't excessive. Actually, I don't really remember, but I don't think it was excessive. But it's like, listen to your body at every moment. Like, sometimes my body's like, I really need fish. I really need collard greens. I really need sugar. So it's this space of tuning into what is it that your body is asking for. And if you're not sure, going into this place of, let me try something new, let me try something that I've always loved. Let me try something, also like food's coming up a lot, because this is our biggest, I think, a biggest part of our experience here on the planet, is like the food intake. Is notice if some of the things that you're eating is what you ate as a child, and when you ate it as a child, was it something that brought you joy, but also was it something that potentially, there was stress, a moment of stress in the home, and you went to eat, say, rice cakes or peanut butter or chocolate or apples. Like, notice that when you're in a moment of stress, or in a moment of maybe overwhelm or something like that, where your nervous system is flared, if you go for certain foods, this is a really beautiful portal to step into, and a gateway where it's like, oh, okay. And then if you love that food, tuning in and seeing, okay, can I reframe this? Because I love eating this, and this is something that brings me a lot of joy, but I eat a lot of it when I'm in a moment of stress. So revitalizing and going back to the space of, with your inner child, of where that started, and saying like, okay, what did I actually need? Like, peanut butter gave me this when I was little, and what did I actually need when I was little? I was like, maybe I needed a hug or words of assurance or whatever. So anyway, my invitation today is for you to get curious about your food intake, why you're eating the food, and yeah, just keep a little note about that and see what you find. And something that's coming in really strong right now is the beauty of being human. And I think when we get really curious and really invited into experiencing being fully human, we sit with a lot of the experience of wow, I'm actually here, I'm actually in a physical body, and I can't actually run away from this. I'm really good at creating the idea. This has been my experience as well. And so the human is the gateway. The body is the gateway, is the portal, is the temple, the invitation. And a temple came through. That's interesting. Is the space to dig really deep into the tissues and the cells and see what's there, because not only is your experience there, but it's also so much of your ancestry and the history of your land. And when we move into that, and that space of like, this isn't just me, but it's also so much of my ancestors, and bringing that up, right? That's why sometimes we have these things. It's just like, nothing happened when I was younger that could spark this, but maybe there was something, in your ancestry. So really allowing the body to bring forth, like almost squeeze out of the cells and the tissues what's there, and have so much care around caring for that, because that's also health. And yeah, get curious. Health and vitality, it's so important, and I'm learning that in a whole new way, and maybe you are too, or going to start or not. So get curious. I love it. Just reading a comment. So I'm so happy to be here, and let's tune in together to the guardian of the day. I'm not sure who's here, if there's anyone tuning in. If you are, say hello. If not, you're still here, or if you see this a little later. And I am curious who our guardian will be today, who's going to be like, me, I'm here supporting all of you. So let's tune in together. Who is our beloved angelic guardian of today? Who is our guardian of today? I love it. Sometimes they pop right out. Sometimes they on like a ping pong machine. Oh, I love it. Okay. We have 2 today that popped out. That just feels really, really appropriate. We have Hilarion, divine healing, honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge, and heal your light. Your light can support others. And Green Tara, supreme protection. You're protected, cords are being cut, move beyond limitation, and trust. So these are our 2 today. It's so interesting that 2 came up. It's like the feminine and the masculine. I'll bring Tara forward so you can see. There we are. That's her. Oh, so beautiful. And Hilarion, he has this beautiful emerald healing. Honor your sensitivity. So this is really beautiful. It's like, what's coming in really strong with these 2 beloveds, especially with Hilarion, because I think Hilarion is our main guardian today, and Tara is like the container, the space that's holding it. So thank you, Tara. We are all sensitive beings. We are all sensitive beings. And I say that because we are energetic beings and we feel really deeply. And we are so brilliant and we are so powerful that we're able to create a space and create an illusion or create a story that we're not sensitive or we can't feel. We can numb ourselves really powerfully, really, really deeply. And honor your sensitivity, honor the magic and the power of your sensitivity, because it is, again, a gateway. It is a space of just like being able to really tune in, and what is it that's being shown right now. And your sensitivity is a gift, because you feel really deeply. You can feel the vibration of what's around and within, and in that sensitivity, the voice is very clear around what it is that you need to feel vivacious and to feel healthy and to feel aligned and to feel in resonance, so that you can then show up in the world and be who you be. As you be, you are, and it's, I think it's really beautiful. So today, and this goes along with our sort of thread of a theme that's been through with all these angel days, is just slowing down and listening and allowing your body to, it's continuously self-healing, it's continuously coming into a place of homeostasis all the time. So can we give ourselves the space to slow down, especially on like a Sunday? If any of you are sort of on a 7 day a week kind of situation. I don't ever know what day it is, but today I know it's Sunday. um is Yeah, just this space of like, can we slow down? Can we allow even like an hour of our day, even 5 minutes of our day, for just like, like stillness, slow, let me listen, because it's all there. The reason why we can't hear oftentimes is because there's a lot of noise, and sometimes we got to clear the noise, and it takes a little bit, but it can happen, because you always know. So divine healing, I love this. I love honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. And I love, we have Hilarion and Green Tara here. And it's like this beautiful balance of the inner marriage, their inner union within, of like, let the masculine help and support and really do the work, within you to help bring things into homeostasis. And the feminine can hold it all. The feminine can hold it all. You wouldn't be experiencing what you're experiencing if you weren't able to handle it or to hold it, right? That's how powerful you are. We don't ever receive any experiences in our world and in our life that we cannot shift and heal and hold. We are deeply compassionate beings at the core. So coming together and reflecting and being in community and doing our best, with what we have, and continuing and being open to learning more. So, and remembering, okay, our message of the day fell right out of the deck. Message of the day. I love it. The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. There we go. The light. So you can see the image. I'm going to try to show these guys together. Screen. You can see. I think it's really beautiful. What I feel is, it's interesting. What I'm getting is that like the card, the primary guardian of the day is Hilarion, the divine healing, and Green Tara is like the overarching of this 21 days. So the initiation, I think it's really true. It's when we really go on a path of health and a path of like really honoring the body, really honoring, and not just the body, right? I'm speaking of the whole, the body, the mind, the spirit, the multidimensional aspects of ourselves that are ever present in the now and accessible always. It's a big initiation to see in what ways have we been out of integrity with ourselves, in what ways have we allowed ourselves to go against or in resistance to what is actually being asked of us, and that creates imprints in our bodies, that creates a lot of pain. And our bodies love us so much, our earth loves us so much. She's continuously communicating with us, and I say she for the earth, but also she for the body. Even if you are masculine or non-binary, it's the space of allowance, the space of listening, the space of, I deeply honor myself. I deeply honor what's here. And when in the ways that I choose that I don't honor the body, why? Right? Not making it wrong, not punishing ourselves, and not, saying, oh, that's bad. Or it's really like, okay, I didn't honor myself here. Why? Why does that feel safer? Why did I choose that? and it's getting curious. It's getting curious why we make the choices that we make and from what place. And sometimes we don't know because the root is so deep and so hidden. But again, simple steps, tuning in, following the energy of what is most nourishing and what is really helpful, what is really something that supports the body and supports the space. So there's a lot of softness, and it's the journey is not an easy one. There can be ease within the journey, even in the most difficult of experiences. And it's important to feel everything really deeply, I think, to really move it, not let it stay in the body, not let it be depressed, not let it build into something that, something else. But it's really like, can I witness myself in this experience, simultaneously as I'm having it, so that it actually moves, but I don't create a story, I don't keep it in, I don't put it in a pocket somewhere in my tissues, like really moving it and really be witnessed in it. And, I've noticed just even in my experience with diabetes and livabetes and the amount of times where I feel so in sync with it and I can really be with it and honor it and love the diabetes and be in a partnership with it where we're working together and actually working to heal and to come back to this homeostasis of like, I don't need the experience of diabetes anymore. But again, acceptance is important. um, and sometimes I have these moments of deep grief or sadness or anger where it's just like, oh, I'm experiencing this. And that's not necessarily something that's just right now. I mean, it's always now, but it's something that may be connected to a moment when I was 15 years old and I didn't get to fully grieve that or experience that or even know that that was happening. And it's so deep, it's so multi-layered, there's so much there. But it's when we give ourselves permission to actually feel what we're feeling, to move in the direction of health, to move in the direction of what is the most important thing that I can do with the resources that I have, and how can I, you know, ask for more resources, ask for support, all of these things. And I don't have all the answers or any of the answers. I don't really know. I'm on this journey as well, and I'm just what's here, and getting curious. And this is something that I'm really deeply passionate about and connected to. It's just like the body's so incredible and it's so amazing. And why? And it is this self-healing, like constant, like it's so able to do that. So why are there so many of us, that are in this experience of heart disease and cancer and diabetes and all of these spaces that are telling us something very powerful, that there's something that is out of balance, that is out of harmony. And I think it's really amazing, and energy is a big part of it. And there are a lot of factors that maybe we don't put into account or that we don't even know about. Um, and it's something to get really curious about. It's like everything is information, everything is energy. And so what is the energy that you're allowing in your field, right? It's even as simple as like, if you watch television, what are you watching? Do you want to continue watching that? And then maybe turning the television off or putting something else on that feeds you in a way that is really good. Like what comes in really strong, and this is something that was mentioned in our Angelic Summit during one of the sessions, or even multiple sessions, is like, for example, just as one example, notice that if you do watch television or even on your phone, and around, the later evening, like I would say 10, even like 11, 12 p.m. or a.m., excuse me, 11 p.m., 12 a.m., all of these thrillers and horror movies and shows and like these like very dense shows start to come on, and a lot of people are watching that, and then they go to sleep with that programming or with that energetic, and end up you don't sleep very well, or have and this is to each his own, to like, and everyone's different, but has nightmares, or like weird subconsciousness comes through that's like, a lot of weird astral travel, like it's a frequency, it's an energetic, and it's a vibration. So it's all frequency. So it's like, what frequencies are we subscribing to? Like, what are we intaking? It's as simple as that. And it's a big, I will say, I think it's a very big undertaking um to go on the path of health and go on the path of like really listening, being in integrity with self, with your body, with what's here, with your intuition. And I say big because when you go on the path, there's no hiding from yourself. I mean, there's never any hiding from yourself, but really it's like when you choose that, you're like, oh, you realize that you are the common denominator in all of your choices. And this is what I have found. And sometimes it's really raw and edgy and oh my God, but it's also really incredibly powerful. And again, I'm speaking from my lens, my perspective in this moment. This is what's coming through the stream. And just know that you are loved, that you are supported. We are all loved, we are all supported, and that all beings want is just peace and harmony. You know, the truth and the nature of who we are as beings is peace and harmony and love. And so we are on our way back to that and already in that, because we never stop being the love that we are. We are just so powerful that we create spaces and the stories and environments that tell us otherwise. And you know, these are where boundaries come into. It's like, what am I intaking? What am I allowing in my body? And am I searching outside of myself often to fulfill the answers that are already within me? You know, and again, this is where stillness, this is where taking the moment to be the witness, to step back and just be like, what's here, comes in really, really strong. So, whew, what a transmission. Tune in if there's anything else. Yeah. Health. Health is really important. Our health is really, really, really important. And it's, for me, my message, and I've realized this in real time and very, very recently, that one of my greatest lessons that I'm ever learning and have been learning since coming earthside, quite literally, I was 2 months premature, is to slow down, to slow the F down. And I have a lot of resistance to that because I like to go, go, go and make things happen, and not make things happen, but really like, you know, be in this movement. But my biggest growth and continual lesson is to slow down. So if that resonates for you, I invite you to slow down. And it may take a while to really get to this place where I'm like, to get to our place of slow down. But we try every moment, a little bit every day. I love you. And I'm feeling the tones now. And today I'm going to bring the singing bowl in today again. I love this beautiful tool, this beautiful technology, the quartz crystal singing bowl. And if you're tuning in live or on the replay, my invitation to you is just to close your eyes and to breathe in and breathe out. Take a few breaths. Come into a moment of stillness, a moment of being, where you don't actually have to do anything because your body's already doing what it needs to do. It's always moving. That's the beauty of stillness, is that you don't ever actually stop moving because your cells are continuously working and doing what they need to do to keep you here and alive and well and awake and just as vivacious as it can in this now. And so breathing into the depths of your belly, letting it out. And beginning to see this beautiful, like, light blue ball of light forming in front of you. And it begins to grow until it's about the size of your body, maybe a little bit bigger. And a figure begins to form. And this is a figure of you in vivacious and radiant health, vitality, And allow it as you breathe with your breath into the depths of your belly, into the expansiveness of your chest and your whole body, all your cells moving and dancing. The form begins to really form and show its shape and its details, and this beautiful version of you that is reflecting to the beautiful version of you now. And just take notice, witness, what does this vivacious, radiant vitality, healthful being feel like? What does she look like? What does he look like? What do they look like? And really, like, not just how they look, but how do they feel? What is the energy that they feel when they are in the most vivacious and radiant health? And can you receive this as you? What do you notice that's different than now, and also what is now? Because this is now. You're seeing this reflection of you right now. And this version of you opens their arms or their wings or however they're presenting to you, even if they're just radiant light, which is perfect. Step forward and come about 5 inches away from this reflection. And let your body and yourself, your whole self, all of you, all parts of you, all aspects of you, be embraced by this vivacious vitality, this radiant, healthful being. And just feel, what does that feel like to be embraced by this love, by this being, by you embracing you? And let yourself just be held by this, by you. And there's nothing to do here, there's nothing to accomplish. Just letting yourself be embraced. yourself be embraced. Stay here. Allow yourself to fully receive. wherever you are in the embrace of your health and your vitality and this beautiful communion of you now and you in a new now, this being, this you of health and vitality. If it resonates for you, ask this version of you, ask this higher aspect of you, ask this reflection of you for help and assistance and support in your initiation to this path, this journey of health, of vitality, of intuition, of wealth, of presence and integrity. And if you have another message for this reflection of you that you are embracing and that is embracing you, go forth and share it now. And as you finish sharing, or when you finish sharing, this reflection of you, of health and vitality, has a message for you as well. Listen openly and deeply to the message that it has for you. I will help you because I am you, it may say. Trust the message that receives you and that you receive. And let the embrace come to the uttermost stillness. Knowing that you are in the ever-present embrace of resonance and vitality and health and love. Gently bringing awareness back to your full physical body with the resonance of this embrace. Wiggling your toes and maybe moving your ankles, your fingers, slowly, slowly, slowly. Coming here, coming now to this dimension. Knowing that you are always in the others also. The infinitude that is you. And take your message, both that you have given, that you have received, into your heart. Place it there, knowing that it is safe and protected here, in this space of divine healing. And if there are any parts of your heart that feel wounded or hurt, just bringing a pulse of love there also. Pulse of loving light. And as you begin to fully come back into the awareness of your physical body, either with open eyes or continuing to have them closed, letting your body stretch, hands out wide, almost like you're waking up from a nap or getting out of bed. That sort of first stretch of the morning. Stretching, stretching, stretching. Oh, breathing really deep. Not just in the belly, but in all the cells in the chest, letting it expand, your back expand, feeling it down to your toes and up through your crown. And just sitting here for a moment, or laying here, or wherever you are, in this moment of stillness, and feeling how much movement there actually is in the stillness. Every cell vibrating and moving, your blood pumping through your veins, your heart beating, your breath in and out, your belly expanding. In the stillness, there is so much movement. And when we step back or step out to see the fullness of the picture, of the energy, we get to see very, very clearly what wants to stay, what wants to go, what wants to stay for a little bit longer until it's able to go, till it's done its job. You have the power. You always have. Breathe in deep and exhale. In deep and exhale. In deep and exhale. Maybe on a sigh if that feels good. My prayer and wish for you today is a space of deep health and vitality, getting curious about your body, what's here, and what ways are you honoring it now? What ways is it asking to be honored? And with loving compassion and fierce love, meeting the spaces where there have been a lack of integrity or have not listened to because of other things, and getting curious as to why. I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me today. And on this gateway of day 11 of 21 Days of Angel Songs. And I want to present, when I first started this, I was like, oh, they're not going to be too long. I'll keep them to 15, 20 minutes tops. Here we are at minute 59. And you know what? That's just what it is. There's a lot of information and stream that comes through, and I'm going to trust that. So thanks for being here with me. Thanks for listening to any part of this, or if you've listened to the whole thing and tuned in. And yeah, take what resonates, leave the rest. And yeah, if you have any questions or things that come forward, feel free to send me a message. And I love to hear your shares to see what's in resonance, or if something that wasn't in resonance but revealed something else to you. That's amazing as well. I love hearing that. And if you do resonate with these messages and the songs and the tones that come through and the meditations that are now coming through, please share. Go ahead and share this video, share it to your pages. It's here for you. It's here for me too, for all of us. So if you resonate, please share with it and tune in. I'm here every day until February 5th. 21 Days of Angel Songs, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can catch me live, dropping in with the angels, with the angelic frequencies that come through, or you can catch it on the replay as well. And I will be posting, my plan is to post these on YouTube and potentially somewhere else, but I will let you know that in the next upcoming video. So I love you. Thank you for being here with me. My heart feels so much compassion for all of us on this journey, wherever we are, however we are, and sending so much loving prayer and blessings and just so excitement and support on your journey in health and in all things. And may you be well in your day today. And yeah, I love you. See you tomorrow. 9 a.m. bright and early. Going in, drop in, singing, and all the things. I love you.